Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to my first ever attempt at creating some YouTube content from my Twitch play. Today we're gonna watch my first ever ace tanker in the Lansen C, the Swedish medium tank. And as I play the replay, I will leave the camera view from the actual gameplay that I did so you can see what I was seeing as I was playing. Okay, so this was the battle I was playing, and it's the as you can see, the Lansen C. It's sort of a rough matchup a little bit because there's a few tier 9 and 10 tanks in it. So my thought in this one, being a low tier, was to try and do some spotting. So I was thinking about going down towards the E1 area, F1 area, as you can see. But as I started driving down, I saw that the object 140 was also going down this way, so I decided to go to the bushes that are right in front of me. That way I could play it a little bit safe and I wouldn't overextend too much from the get-go. So this is where I'm gonna decide to sit for a while, playing it a bit safe, hopefully remain hidden, just in case any of the enemy tanks decides to really push it aggressively. Also, I did think that the object 140 was actually going to push it further down, but this actually worked out in my favor, because now I got the spotting of both the Prosciutto and the Iron Arnie driving down to the road and sitting in the dip there, which, luckily for me, my teammates ended up taking these guys out. So at this point in the matchup, I was sitting here waiting, wondering what I should do, thinking that the object 140 might push it, but since he decided to retreat and go the other way, I ended up in a position where I thought that I'm pretty much useless. I'm going to have to do something. And people starting to tag the area where the Prosciutto 65 was sitting, so I decided that I should take a chance and actually go down there. So this is me pushing down there, hoping not to get spotted, and luckily enough I managed to get down there in one piece, and now I could spot the Prosciutto 65. So I'm a little bit cautious because there could be tanks sitting further back on the enemy side. So I'm making sure to stay far below the ridge line, or trying to. Sometimes I get a bit too curious, like here we can see I'm trying to find that T30 so I can get him taken out. And at this time I also did spot the Leopard 1 sitting back there hiding. So luckily enough I didn't overextend in any way, so I could remain safe behind this ridge line. And as we can see, my teammates start to actually hit the Prosciutto, so I'm just playing it safe, keeping him spotted, so my teammates can keep shooting at him and hopefully take him out. And at the same time I'm trying to keep the Leopard spotted, just so he can be shot at as well, in case anyone is in a position where they can do so. It's not the most exciting of battles, sitting there, just moving back and forward like this, but I'm trying to play it safe, because I don't want to die just yet, because I'm off to a decent start. I already have 2,943 points of spotting damage, and I haven't done any damage myself. I actually haven't even fired a single shot yet, so at this point I'm curious about that T30 sitting up here, because in my mind I think he hasn't really moved. So I'm trying to keep the Leopard 1 spotted. I'm trying to find the T30 that's sitting up by the city side, and just playing it cautiously and patiently, biding my time a little bit, because it's so far pretty close. We're up by a couple of tanks and some hit points, but I still don't want to do anything stupid because it's early in the matchup. So, and as we can see, the T-30 is sitting up there, so I start to shoot at him and trying to remain hidden. And as we just saw, my first shot was off by a little bit, but I keep trying to light up the Leopard, trying to get a few shots in at the T-30, and there I got the kill on him. So now I'm starting to wonder what my next step would be, because I don't know what tanks might be sitting up on the ridge line behind the Scorpion, and if I can actually survive. And there we go. All of a sudden the Scorpion comes out, hiding in the back. So it's a good thing I didn't just drive out, because that could have been a catastrophe. So I'm remaining in this position a little bit, trying to see if we can't get the Leopard taken care of before I decide to move. And my first shot there was pretty bad, not gonna lie. So I'm gonna try again, and no more luck on my next one. And as I know that I'll get spotted as soon as I fire, I quickly retreat after each shot, just in case, because there's still a couple of tier 9 tanks and the Leopard 1, the tier 10, is still on the field. So I keep trying and hoping that I can penetrate, and there we go. I managed to get one penetrating shot in, and I'm just waiting for my teammates to slowly grind him down, just so I don't have to risk too much by advancing and dying. And there we go. So as I start advancing, I'm thinking that maybe I should go the route by the Object 140 that's already ahead of us, but I decide to go towards the corner, because I want to ensure that we don't leave anything behind that can suddenly start shooting at us from the rear. So to play it safe, I drive down towards the corner to make sure that it's empty and nothing hiding there. Plus, it also remains a safer way to advance, because we don't really know where the other tanks are sitting at the moment. So this way I can kind of use this ridge line to hide and keep advancing forward. And since we already have a huge advantage at this point, it's pretty safe for me to push forward, because no one is gonna sit on the ridge line at this point trying to do anything. So I keep pushing for this area over here. Gonna take advantage of some of my gun depression, try and do some spotting. And there we got the Scorpion. And I spotted the Panther as I popped up, and also the Charioteer. So I'm just gonna play it safe and slow, try and get some spotting done, spot a few tanks. Fortunately I missed that shot at the Scorpion, and now we also got the Prosciutto spotting us over there and aiming for us. So I tried to shoot at him, but another pretty poorly taken shot, but I'm not giving up. Taking another shot as he disappeared. I honestly don't know if that shot actually hit, but since I can't see him, I decided to move for this Charioteer to try and push. And here we got the Scorpion again. And since I had so many hit points left, I wasn't afraid of the Scorpion killing me, because I knew I could take one shot from him and the Prosciutto. So I decided to push it forward there, take that one hit from the Scorpion just to advance my position. And as you can see, it paid off, because I got a shot in at the Charioteer pushing forward. I took out the Scorpion, and here I got a few shots in at the Prosciutto, including the kill ending at 2800 damage and 4800 spotting, which is by far the most I've ever done in this tank before, to be honest. Okay, so let's take a look at the actual results from that gameplay and how well I did. And looking at this, we can see I got my ace tanker, I got the badges for spotter, bruiser, and 5 for effect. And I got an unusually large amount of credits dropping into my credit account because I got 291,000 credits. I'm really happy about that. For me, that's an amazing result and very rare. So if I could only keep this up a few more times, I would be a happy camper. And looking at the battle efficiency, we can see got spotted 3 tanks. I got 5,200 spotting damage done, which is a little bit more than I said at the end of the game, because the game only registered 4,800 that I could see at the end of the game. So I got an additional 400 from somewhere. I got 6 critical hits and 3,100 damage, which is also a bit more than I said at the end of the gameplay, because this means that I got one of my shots fired when the tank disappeared actually doing some damage. So that is pretty nice. And I also got the 3 kills. So my total ended up being a little bit higher, being like 8,300 in total combined, which is very good for me. And here we can see that how much experience I got. So I got 1,516 base, which was enough for the ace tanker. And yeah, I'm very happy with that. It's not often I get an ace tanker, so whenever I do, I'm super happy. And if we look a bit more at the detailed report, we can see that I took 17 shots. And as you all saw, a few of those, I probably shouldn't have taken them, but I couldn't resist. I have a happy trigger finger, so I do take a few more shots than I probably should. Out of these 17 shots, 12 actually hit, and 11 of those penetrated, which is a pretty good ratio considering I was shooting at the Leopard as well, and the T-30. So that's a pretty good result at the end for me. So I'm super happy with this gameplay, to be honest. And I just hope I can produce this type of games a bit more often in the future. And I do appreciate all of you that watched my actual Twitch channel as I was playing this day and streaming. And for anyone that's watching this YouTube video, feel free to give any comments, likes, dislikes, whatever you want. That is fair. It's my first ever YouTube content that I'm actually trying to create, so just trying to expand my content creation side and getting more comfortable doing this. So as time goes on, I do hope that I'll be able to improve on the quality of these videos that I create and also get a bit more comfortable doing it. And I have no intention of actually trying to script it, so whenever I do these things, it will be mostly just me thinking at the moment. So if I do ramble a bit, I do apologize. But that is it for today. You guys and girls have a wonderful day, and hopefully I'll get to create some more content like this in the near future. Goodbye.